Okay. That is all set up. Oh yeah, I gotta tag GDS as you do. As you do. Ooh, that's my own voice. Oh, good lord. All right. What's up, everyone? How are we doing today? I hope I copied the right link. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. The last question on your forums might be top 5 questions of all time. Nah. It's a valid question, though. We need to find out what the best Five Nights at Freddy's game is. We just have to. And I will say now, I am not kidding. For the last question in the forum, if you answer with a joke question, I'm skipping your level request. If you answer with a joke or something not serious, nah. No IDs in chat, bro. Come on, bro. You had overly gaming. You had one job, dude. You literally had one single job. Like, the forum link is right there, bro. Dude, animatronic, brother. No IDs in chat, bro. Okay, this one is I'm gonna be doing 5 levels, like the first 5. So, man, I'm seeing some, dude, stop spamming, brother. I'm timing you out for 5 minutes. Good lord. Well, even if the first 5 requests are botted, they probably didn't answer the last question. And if they didn't answer the last question, I'm just going to skip the request. Alright, so this guy said T-Jock R, which is a great shout. The Joy of Creation Reborn is an amazing game. But you didn't say why. So unfortunately, I'm going to skip this request. I'm so sorry to whoever sent it. This one didn't answer seriously. You know what? FNAF 4 because it's peak. You know what? Fair. We'll take it. You're gonna be the first level we play today. Dude, brother, I've already played and not sent this level. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. First one because it's OG. That's a fair point. FNAF 1, the original. You know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. What counts as a troll answer? If you don't answer the question correctly. Yeah, what's up, people? If you say I don't know who's better, will you skip your level? Yeah. I need a solid, opinionated answer. It's just peak is a troll answer. Okay, no, you know what? If you, well, now everyone's gonna say because it's peak, but I feel like that's kind of valid. But at the same time, you know, why is it peak? You know, why is FNAF 4 peak? Interesting. Why does the camera randomly rotate when you die? That's a bit weird. Okay. I didn't properly see those spikes. That I almost died. Okay, I'm doing fine. I ate earlier, so I feel a bit bloated, but I'm doing good. Because its peak is not an explanation, it's just saying it's their favorite because it's their favorite. That's actually a good point. You know what? I'll be more strict. I'll be more strict, I promise. How did I okay. Some of the spikes are kind of hard to see because they blend in, which is kind of unfair from a level design standpoint. What was that? Why? Okay, certain gameplay elements are not telegraphed at all, which I don't like. Like, what? It's not telegraphed that dash orb is just gonna absolutely launch you to the next Does it? If I give some level info, it's good to keep in mind. Does it count as a troll answer? Well, if the question is what's the best Five Nights at Freddy's game and why, and you give me information on your level, you're not answering my question, right? Like you're not telling me what the best Five Nights at Freddy's game is, right? Like if you first answer the question like what game is the best, and then you give like extra info on the level later, I will allow that. But you know, as long as what if you haven't played any FNAF games but still want to answer? I mean, you can just do some research, you know, just see what the games look like and stuff. Like it's very important that we settle this debate. What's up, Supercluck? How you doing? Reset? Bro, I started stream like 10 minutes ago, bro. This is the first level I'm playing and you already want to reset? Bro, chill, dude. Bro, I haven't even the stream hasn't even started properly yet. Nine minutes, actually. I'm so sorry for spreading misinformation. That's my fault. If I say FNAF 4 because it's the scariest, is it a troll answer? No, that's a completely valid answer. That's a completely valid answer. Streaming until someone says reset and the stream is like 3 minutes. Dude, if I've done that this would have been like a record-breakingly short stream that I've ever That would have been funny. As far as this level goes, this suffers from the same things that like many other room platformers suffer from, which is the fact that the visuals just don't switch up like whatsoever. Like the level has looked the exact same for the entire like way through. Makes the level look a little bit boring as a result because there's like no variation whatsoever. Do you plan on making another extreme anytime soon? If I have motivation after my next few solo levels, then I can. Oh yeah, by the way, hey PLA. How you doing? Right. So yeah, oh, and also the gameplay elements, like if you're gonna add gimmicks, please make sure they're like actually telegraphed. Because sure, there's an arrow here, but it doesn't tell you the fact that like it doesn't tell you the fact that you're gonna stick to the ceiling, right? And here as well, like gameplay is just a little bit awkward as a result. So hopefully you keep this in mind with your future levels, because from a game design or level design standpoint, it's a little bit unfair. The Google forum asks if you make the level or not because I would prefer to play levels that the creator themselves sent, because I usually give feedback as well. And if some random guy sent in like a random level, then there's no point in me giving feedback, right? Can you joke sometimes? Okay, what kind of joke do you want? Do mods send levels to each other? I mean, I sometimes show cool levels that I've sent to some of my mod friends. Yeah, it kind of goes around. It depends on the person though. Oh. Yeah, the level desperately needs some variation. It's a little bit too repetitive, and the gameplay gimmicks are not really telegraphed well. So that's a bit unfair. Because I recently had 2 sends from Leon and Kreno, and I haven't sent them my level. I mean, they might have heard from somewhere, or they also... A lot of mods also just play the sent tab. Like, I often go to sent tab. Just go to, like, I don't know, like, page 398, you know, and I just, like, play random levels because, you know, they're in the sent tab, so they've been sent before, which means they are gonna be, like, good, right? And because of the magic tab changes, I also sometimes play through magic tab now. Pretty cool. Okay. So that was the first actual level of the stream. This is a troll answer. Dude, someone in the form to the like, what's your favorite FNAF game, or like, what's the best FNAF game, bro? Someone answered Subao. Well, that's just mean. Like, come on, bro. Ooh, okay. Someone said Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Gameplay wise, it combines the previous game's gameplay and adds more. Plus, humor goes nuts in the game. I completely agree with that. Like, the handy repair unit is so unbelievably funny in sister location. Like the exotic butter stuff, like that's really funny. How many hours until you get monetized? A lot. Has my level been showed yet or not? Bro, I've played one level. Just stay on the stream. Like, have it run in the background or something. Like, bro, I played like one level. This looks pretty nice. I like the block designs. It's very simple. But like the lines with like the squiggly, not squiggly, but like just the, like, you can add some simple details without actually doing much. Eggs Benedict. True. Is it in order? Bro, read the description. Everything's been answered in the description. So yeah. Pretty cool, like, detailing. It's very simple. It kind of works. The colors are a little bit wacky, but they kind of work together, weirdly enough. Like, usually I wouldn't be a fan of like color combos like this, but I think it works here. I don't know if I'm a fan of like the color loop, like flashing, like the object color loop. Because it's been a little bit overdone. And the colors looping here are like very muddy as well, like very murky. Ooh, this part's pretty cool. I like the little, like, okay, that's an area effect with the background. That looks nice. Yeah, this has some cool ideas. Maybe work on like some of the colors, or like making them a bit less murky. And parts like these also need a little bit more movement, in my opinion. But the ideas are decent. I think the ideas are quite decent, yeah. Is the CBF cheat or not? Well, I don't send CBF verifications because RobTop himself has made it clear that he will not rate levels that were verified with CBF. I'll send this for star 8. That was cool. Make who's your favorite FNAF character next? Yeah, I will. That's actually a really good idea. I think that's a good step forward. Alright, that was the second level of the 5. FNAF 1 because it's very iconic. Yeah, you know what? Sure. FNAF 1 is iconic. I've already downloaded this for some reason. When are you hitting the corner? Bro, I don't know. How can you know, though, if something was verified using CBF? So, the end screen, like, when you hit the end wall and the... Hold on. So, if you play a level and you hit the end wall, like, the menu pops down, right? And where this eye is... There is a subtle watermark, like, up in the corner that says CBF. And that's how you can tell that this attempt was completed using CBF. And the watermark is there even if you somehow turn off CBF, like, halfway through the attempt. It doesn't matter. If CBF was used during the attempt, there is a small watermark that appears, like, on top of this eye. The subscribe label is on the way. Dude, I'm a bot. Hold on. I'm such a bot, dude. Hold on. give me a moment. I forgot that it was there, bro. Yeah, the CBF watermark shows up here, like right above the I button. So, that's how you can tell if a level is verified with CBF. Alright, now to the next level. Wait, I hit 3,000 subs? Wait, I gotta check this. Oh, 3,014? Dude, thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing. That's awesome. Well, I was gonna... Dude, I was gonna... Okay, I didn't expect it to be that fast. You know what? I'll just add this, and then... Hold on. There we go. Also, if someone's using a mod menu like Mega Hack or QOL mod and they have CPS counter on screen, if it counts double instead of normal, then that user is using CPS. I've heard something about that. I have heard something about that. So the inputs are sometimes doubled for no reason if you use CBF. Yeah, that's good. Are glow levels feature worthy? Yes. If you make it well, then any style can be feature worthy. Ooh, wait, this looks cool off the bat. These spikes down here are very hard to see because they kind of blend in. Is Mayo device tough? What do you mean Mayo device? Dude, I mean, I'm currently playing on my Mayo device. Some spikes are a little bit hard to see, but this looks very clean so far. I also love this song a lot. I will also say that your way to remove bots from the forum by adding a completely random question every stream is something I love. Yeah, I decided to do that because I think one of my friends suggested it to me, and it's a very good idea. Definitely gets rid of the bots. Like, cleanses it a lot, at least. I also wish, with this level, by the way, I would like to see something to do with the orbs. Maybe some, like, deco, maybe, like, connect it to the structure below, or, like, connect the 3 orbs here together. Something subtle like that, right? Because the orbs look a little bit too plain. But I'm liking this. Cool transition. Yeah, those are pretty cool transition. Wait, are these... Yep, okay. Cool wave. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think the designs here are very clean. But yeah, definitely need something more with the orbs and portals, and maybe even some more movement with the normal structures. Ooh, thick wave. The ideas are incredibly cool. From a playtesting standpoint, it does not. It looks like you can just fall onto this block here. Not that you're gonna fall into this little corner and need to like either click or then die. Spark, what's your hardest? Bausha Vortex. Yeah, again, some spikes here, very difficult to see. So, adding some details maybe inside them just to make them more visible would definitely help. Yeah, pretty cool level. How many stars do you have? 23,010. PLA, what? This. Disliking your comment. That was pretty solid. Yeah, I had 23,000 flat. But yesterday I randomly beat this in like 30 minutes. So now I have 23,010. So yeah, that was level 3. Why? What is the best FNAF game of all time? Bro sent me a link to his level showcase. Okay. Alright, FNAF 1 because it's the most nostalgic. You know what? Looking back, FNAF 1 is very nostalgic. I remember watching Plasma Pulse 3 97. Dude, I got 97 on Plasma Pulse 3 like 2 years ago and I never beat it. What do you mean I support the eradication of major historical events? I've said no such thing. I would never. It's nostalgic, but not the best. I mean, I think it's fair to think it's the best because of nostalgia. I feel like, well, there's obviously like being blinded by nostalgia, but I feel like FNAF 1 holds up. It is a very easy game, but I feel like the cultural significance of FNAF 1 is like kind of crazy. There's some cool ideas going on here. I don't know how I feel about the color of those like squares in the background. I feel like they're a little bit too contrasting, and they make the entire level a little bit messy. Because you have a lot of blending details here, and then you have you have blending details that are low opacity on the middle ground, right? Quote unquote middle ground. But then in the background, you have squares that are way brighter. So, you know, it's a little bit, it comes off as a little bit too messy, right? So what you could do is decrease the brightness of these like squares in the background, and then I don't know if you would need to increase the brightness of these, but add something to these saws in the middle ground that make them stand out just a little bit more. Hi, I requested 10 different levels. Brother, what? I mean, if you answered the Five Nights at Freddy's question properly, then, you know, we'll see. Oh, I like how you've used particles to make like these structure shapes. That's a pretty cool addition. I will say I would like to see a little bit more variety. This background has been here for like the entire level, and the main color scheme and like blocks are quite similar. Like it's still like overall green, Okay. Some... I kinda like this. It's very simple, but the structure shapes here are very cool. Kinda helps. Okay. Bro, mistyping 2 as 10 is crazy work. That's insane. Yeah, I think these first parts could also maybe do with some more like dark and solid colors, right? Just because everything's kind of, it's like all blending, right? And then the background, like the background you've chosen, is very, very complex. So it becomes very like cluttered visually. Like what I would recommend probably is maybe go for a simpler background, right? And then try to not make everything blending, right? And maybe for these pillars here, it would be cool if you added like some form of like area move and make them like shine like almost white for a moment as they move up. Like that would be cool. What's your FPS? 288. Can you do a collab with GD Cologne? I don't know who GD Cologne is. I know who GD Colon is. But have a good holiday, Luminous. But yeah, could use some work. But I think what's there is decent. I'll send the first star rate. But it's kind of a low star rate because the level could use a little bit more work. Wasn't your part in Fancy Schmancy Zaza a collab by itself? No, I made that completely on my own. But I think Akuna-kun added like the little like paper thing. Add Park is crazy. Sorry, bro, but English only. English only in the chat. Yeah, no problem from this end. Mayo device is more crazy. Yeah, Mayo device is kind of at arc. Okay, bro. Anyone recommend banger Newgrounds songs? I feel like 20. Like the old school boss fight has just a lot of bangers, like a final spaceship's, like a tiny spaceship's final mission, for example. Like very good song. Then Captain Cool. At Spark You Gotta. I gotta what? Woolsey Fly High, he died very young, college killed him. Rest in peace, my boy. He did nothing wrong. Fort Flask is such a banger. Yeah, true. Yo, what up, Optation? How you doing? Okay, Alright, FNAF Sister Location, because it's the only game I played. I feel like that is also a valid argument. If it's the only game you played, it's both your favorite and least favorite. Is your opinion about WD-40 still unchanged? Dude, it's still the GOAT. It's been the GOAT for, like, as long as I've been alive. Did you play all FNAF games? I've played everything except for the Steel Wool ones. Like, FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night. I haven't beaten like 50-20 or anything in Ultimate Custom Night, but I think Ultimate Custom Night is good. But I think the custom version that was made by someone, it was like Ultimate Custom Night Reborn or like Deluxe. I think that one's a bit better because it fixes some of the tragic mechanics that Scott Cawthon made in the original Ultimate Custom Night. The Empire of Toads, banger song. Incredible song. When next stream? Bro acting like I'm gonna end stream like immediately. This looks cool. What I will say though, I can accept the overscaled fuzziness of these objects in the foreground because it actually kind of works out, right? Mod level request literally fueled my gambling addiction. Like, you're more likely to win at a casino. Fair enough. Yo, what's up, Mime? It's been so many years. How you doing? Yeah, I can excuse the fuzziness of like these objects in the foreground because the way parallax works, it kind of makes sense that it's fuzzy. But these trees here, those should not be fuzzy, right? Like, you should definitely make these with like slightly more objects, but like sharper, right? What's 1 + 1? I don't know. But yeah, the rest looks really good. I love the background that's going on. Block designs are super simple, but that like parallax effect really helps them stand out. Well, the transition is bugged. You can jump on the pad a little too late and then die. What? Wait, was that Cosmic Bitflip? Okay, there we go. Will you do the thing at the end with some viewers? Yeah. I think since YouTube forced the XP system on me, I'll probably do the, yeah, like, chat for whoever is like confused. So number one place in XP by the end of the stream gets to, well, last stream they got to choose any request from the queue, like the number, but I'm on legit thinking they could just like request ID for the last level, right? But I fear that people would start like randomly spamming to get XP, which I don't want to happen, right? Yeah, this looks very good, but it's a little bit laggy, and I don't know why, because the level is pretty simple. So definitely could do with some optimization. This transition, by the way, is a little bit hard to this is a little bit hard to read. Alright, goodbye, Luminous. Have a good one. Yeah, if you're number 1 in XP by the end of the stream, you can request any ID you want. But if you spam, you get timed out. So just chat normally and stay active. So hello, Dilton. I recognize your name from some of those daily levels that you got, where you got trolled by RobTub. This is solid. I don't know how I feel about those like random gravity changes, like gravity intensity changes at the beginning of this part. Ugh. But man, the backgrounds here are beautiful. Like, you did a really nice job with the backgrounds. I love these. Wait, stuck in a what? Excuse... Don't spam. I don't flood the chat with useless messages to get XP, please. Wait, everyone has 75 XP? Dude, that's a massive throw from YouTube. What is... Dude, the key, it was red! It was red! I think what this level does is good. Some of the structuring could be a little bit more, like, complex. But I think I'll send this for a feature. Because the backgrounds are genuinely beautiful. And I appreciate that a lot. So, nice. How many requests are in the queue? Oh my lord. I've just seen the longest answer to the FNAF question I think I could have ever hoped for. I think I'm not going to do random number. I'm going to play this level just because of how much effort went into this FNAF question. Hold on. So, Dilton, right? Dilton sent in the best Five Nights at Freddy's game depends on what you're looking for. Wait. For scares, lore, gameplay mechanics, or innovation? Dilton, this looks like ChatGPT. Dilton. Dilton? I'm very disappointed in you, bro. Bro, the moment I read the word innovation, I knew you were cooked, bro. What do you mean? Dude, I love how it's like... Holy neurotechnology! Dude... That's so funny. Can you say your real answer? You know what? If you give a good enough answer in chat right now, I will forgive you and I will play your level that I'm staring at right now. Dilton. Like, I'm giving you one chance to redeem yourself here. Don't use AI this time, Dilton. Bro, could you imagine he just drops his new message and it's like, it starts off with like the ChatGPT, like, certainly the best Five Nights at Freddy's game. That would be so funny. Dilton, would you use DeepSeek now? Make it sound like a child wrote it. That's crazy. Industry innovation of terror video games. Dude, because that's exactly what ChatGPT does. That's the exact thing it says, like, every time. Obviously, number one, biased because I used to play it all the time with my sister, and it was super nostalgic, and it was super fun. Yes. I don't know if... Chat, is that convincing enough? Is Dilton's new answer convincing enough? Should we... Hold on. I'm gonna make a poll. Was Dilton's new answer convincing enough? Alright. Chat, let's vote on this. Bro, Dilton, you're getting cooked for this one. Oh, yes is winning though. It was ooh. Hold up. Dilton, the chat might just save you on this one. What do you mean it's getting botted, bro? The stream has 138 viewers and there's 79 votes. I cannot see how it's like rigged. Dude, imagine my levels in Sendware, bro. All this effort and then it just I don't even send the level. That would be so funny. Alright, I guess I think it's kinda... Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think yes won, so... Good job, Dilton. The chat has saved you this time. Okay, I'm sorry for everyone who's stuck on 75 XP. That's literally like YouTube's own fault. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is cute. It's incredibly simple, but I think it kind of works. Maybe these structures could have some more detailing in them, like anything, like literally anything, right? But yeah, otherwise, seems solid so far. And here, my recommendation would be for the background, dude. Stop spamming. I'm not gonna play your level if you spam me to play your level. So, yeah, the background here, definitely the colors could be more near the background color, not near the object color, because it makes it a little bit messy. Oh wait, there's also black ground spikes. I didn't even see them. Yeah, maybe some more maybe like some glow behind it, or like a slight color swap could be good for those ground spikes. Oh. Yeah, this is quite solid all around though. Like with some minor adjustments, I think this level is like perfectly fine. Well, you kind of suck at this game. Well, that's mean. My heart is broken now. God, dude, the moment I saw focus pop up, I knew what was gonna happen. That's crazy. No IDs in chat. I don't know how hard this is. This, I don't know, feels like 8 stars or 9. I'll do like 9 and star 8, I think. Like with those improvements I said, could maybe bump it up to a feature. even. It's kind of solid. Who's this Spark guy? Bro, I know you ain't talking. Like, that's it. What's your favorite anime? Death Note. Followed closely by Attack on Titan. Okay. So we got this one. Should I do a random number, or should I just see what the FNAF answers are and just choose like people who have answered like well on the FNAF question? Because if it's random and the answer to the question sucks, then I'm gonna skip it anyway, right? Like I feel like if I do random, I'm gonna be here looking for levels for like forever, right? Because most of these answers kind of just suck. No, if I do random, I'm not gonna ignore the answer. FNAF Into the Pit? What do you think? Dude, I forgot about Into the Pit. Into the Pit is like surprisingly good. I love the pixel style that it goes for. It does it pretty well. Okay. For me, I'm biased towards FNAF 2. While it lacks the atmosphere compared to FNAF 1 since the room is much brighter, its gameplay mechanics to me makes it such an intense, scary, and fun game to play. That's fair. That's completely fair. Undertale tomorrow? We will see. Wait, how... Okay, the stream's been going on for almost an hour. Okay, once we hit the hour mark, I'll reset the form. How about that, right? So, like 8 more minutes, roughly, or so. You said on previous stream that you marked suspicious levels. What is a sus level? So you know Among Us. I'm kidding. No, suspicious levels are just if I think that there's like stolen assets or the level itself is stolen, I will usually check it off stream. So FNAF 3 is just Five Nights with schizophrenia. It's so funny because it's so true, though. What's your opinion on Woolsey retiring? I'm I'm kind of sad about it. I loved his request content, which inspired me to make my own request content as well. What's your goal in YouTube? I'm just trying to be consistent this summer and see if I can maybe get monetized, just to earn like a little bit of extra money. This is interesting. Maybe I don't know if I like the grid background being like this strong. Definitely could do with like lower opacity, I think. But it's quite solid. Hello, Sonix. How you doing? Rip Woolsey, it's like he's still here with us, bro. Honestly, it's almost as if he was right here. Okay, the visual style you've gone for here is pretty interesting. It's not something I would expect. It's very, like, rough around the edges. But it's kind of an interesting aesthetic as well. It can come off a little bit messy, though. That was backwards parallax. Ooh, yeah. Ollie strikes again. I do think that the colors, can make the entire, like, level feel a little bit messy, especially with like in the previous parts, right? Like the fact that the waves were like so. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Making me a moment. So it's a lot to take in, right? It's a bit rough around the edges and it's a little bit messy, right? So it's kind of overstimulating in a way. And I think this part could do without the shader, honestly. Like, I think it would be a little bit better. And the camera is a little bit rough as well, but I know this rough around the edges aesthetic kind of reminds me of like Misty Mountains in a way. Like, I can appreciate it. Some parts are a little bit too messy, but some parts are also very interesting. Like this part with like the masking and stuff, I kind of liked it. A little static here, in my opinion, but especially with the music, I think this part's a little bit too static. Like this part of the song was like very energetic, but there was like nothing. There was nothing to really carry that intensity over from the song, right? There's like no pulsing or like no movements or anything. It comes across a little bit static. And the song feels a little bit neglected. Yeah, I think this level needs a little bit more elbow grease, but I think it's neat in most parts. I think. Wait, how hard? 9? Yeah. I think I'll send it for Star 8. Everyone's still on 75 XP. Bro, what is YouTube doing? What is happening? YouTube just absolutely lost it. What? That's crazy. Yeah, I'll do one more level, and then I'll do form reset. Alright, what's the next good FNAF answer here? FNAF 3, biased because it's the only one I played and I like Springtrap. Fair. Also the lore and horror like theme of the map compared to 1 and 2 with the added anxiety. I can see that, yeah. FNAF 3 is definitely... It's kind of scary, but it's only scary because of the aesthetic, in my opinion. Like, the vibe of the level. The level? Wait, I didn't know FNAF 3 was a level. I'm... As in, like... The vibe of the game is, like, terrifying, the ambience and everything, but then you get to the Springtrap jump scare, and bro just, like, pulls up randomly. Like, he just gets close to you, and that's it, you know? Like... Springtrap is mogging so hard at his jump scare. Yeah, bro's doing some stuff, bro. Okay, what is this name? I didn't even clock. Why would you... Dude. Why would you... Why would you name your level something like this? That's terrifying. Oh. That's something. What? What is happening? What is happening? Springtrap is really trying to ask for your number. True. Okay, that comment is a little bit. No. We're not. No. That's a little bit inappropriate. Why did it turn into this? What is happening? Whoa. What am I playing? Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, no. There we go. Dude, I don't... What? It's the war flashbacks? Lol? Oh my lord. Oh. Chat, what did I just play? SpongeBob type corridor? No, I know exactly what video you're referencing, dude. I know exactly what you're referencing. My... Wait, is the XP fixed? Oh, the XP is so fixed. Let's go. Dude, I don't know if I can send this. Like, I don't know if the contents of this level are meant to be on the send tab. You know what? I need to make sure I can send this before I send this. So I'm going to check this afterwards, okay? Like, I need to ask around a little bit. Because I'm just not sure if the contents are like fine or not. Okay, I'm gonna stop accepting responses. I don't want to get email notifications. No, I don't want to get email notifications. Okay. Let's clear. Unlink the form. Chat, should I change the question about like the FNAF question? No, it's good. Yes. Oh, this seems very divided. I'm not gonna delete the question. I'm just gonna change the question. Worst FNAF game? Ooh. No, Ollie. I would just change it to something else that's funny. Poll time? Alright. Fine, I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll. Change the FNAF question to another funny question. Alright, chat, let's see. Let's see what you guys think. I need a little hydration break to begin with. So ooh. The FNAF question isn't funny. No. You don't understand. It's funny because it completely shuts down people who try to bot their level into the form. Right? Like, that's why it's funny, because people can't just bot spam their own level into the form. Because, you know, if they do that, they're not going to answer the question, which means I'm just going to skip their level. Yeah, but some people haven't played FNAF. Well, I mean, that is fair. No IDs in chat. No IDs in chat. You know what? It's very close. But yes has barely won. So I will change the question to something more broad, right? I'll change it to something slightly more broad, but it will still be a question nonetheless. This is why I don't believe in democracy. Okay, Swede. Go complain to your king or something, bro. Come on. Alright. What could be a good question? Wait. You know what? Okay, I have an idea. Okay, let me open the form again. Are you guys ready? The form will open in 3, 2, 1. It is open. Dude, someone misinterpreted the question immediately. Someone answered with their favorite Pokemon game. I asked for the favorite Pokemon. This is crazy work. Alright. Squirtle because he's cute. You know what? Cuteness of a Pokemon, I will count as a valid reason. So let's just do this. Interesting. Interesting visuals. I like the little, like, slowed down animated object use in the blocks. That's kind of cool. It feels slightly unpolished because for some of the objects you've left on the block glow, which doesn't really look that good in most cases. The level's also a little bit repetitive. Okay, I gave you full-on answer. I would have been first. You know what? Okay, you know what? Just because that was the first level that was submitted, I made an exception. Okay, let's just see. Okay, serious, like, good answers from now on. Okay. It's a little bit too short and repetitive, considering it's only 42 seconds long. So I'm not gonna send it. Definitely needs more variety, or just the level should be longer with, like, different looking parts. Okay. Now that we've done the first level guaranteed, let's see your guys' answers. Pikachu DHDHJDKDK. That's not a valid argument, bro. It's really just Pikachu, bro. No, it was. I see the vision. Okay. All right. Let's. What do we got? Growlithe may not look like the best at all, but it's very funny for me. I loved him back in 2018. Bro, Growlithe is awesome. What do you mean? That's crazy. Saying Growlithe doesn't look the best is crazy work. Low-key Snorlax, because I know someone built like him. Nah, that's funny. Nah, you know what? You know what? Let's... That's funny. You know what? Fair enough. Let's... Let go. That was mean. Dude, you can't just say let go now and just actually just lie to me like that, bro. That's messed up. I'm levitating. What is it? Okay. Hold on. Aw, okay, it doesn't play the sound effect again.
Citizen found doing movie stunts without government permission. Thought he was dead, but it was all an act. I love taking a big voluptuous bite out of my soap bar and it tastes so yummy, but unfortunately due to the laws of photosynthesis, my tummy goes up.
Nah, dude. That's messed up. Wait, can I go back now? Like, is this open now? Wrong way, go to Dale Shell? Bro. Why was there a spike there? That's messed up. That's okay. You know what? That was funny. Thank you for making me laugh. That was the. Can you make it so we can edit our forms? You literally can't do that. Like, I don't think I could even if I wanted to. Well, Growlithe is like, you're just saying Growlithe doesn't look the best, but it's funny. And chat told me that, you know, they need some more, like, strong arguments, right? So, well, you're saying it's cute now, but you said Growlithe may not look like the best. So now you're going against your own argument. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, if you don't know Pokemon, then what, you don't get your level played? Bro, the last question was literally about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I'm making these questions broader, okay? Okay, let's see some cool, if there's any good answers here. Slowbro, because look at how freaking epic he looks. Bro has a massive shell that he just drags around like a Chad. You know what? That might be a good argument. Low key, kind of onto something. What's up, Zen Axel? I have no comment on the best Pokemon because I was a rolling sky child. Bro, no one's even heard of that. Trevenant! Trevenant! Bro, there's no shot. Your level is named after... Your level's named after a Pokemon, bro. What do you mean? That is a coincidence. This is top 200. No, I got this. Nope, that's the wrong way. Wait, it says my GD's being updated? Bro, you're getting 2.3. Wait, this is just Revenant. Like, that wave is just Revenant. Or Renovant. No, not Revenant. It's Renovant. Like, it's... because they misspelled it. This is diabolical. This level is a Revenant spin-off slash sequel. Interesting. I'm eating chicken and drinking soda while I watch a GD stream. Bro, peak life, honestly. That just is peak life. Yeah. Wait, I'm supposed to be wave carried. Okay, that was not very wave carried of me. I'm sorry. Ooh, okay, this... Okay, very, very intriguing. But does that say butter or water? It does. It does. It does just say butter or water. You know what? The random British slander is kind of based. Fair enough. I like the masking effect that's going on here. I love how it goes like... The masking goes from within the blocks to outside the blocks. Pretty cool. Almost made it. Oh god, cube copter. Okay. I don't really know what to say about this though, because like it's clearly a ripoff of the... I think it's called the Dedication series or something? But... Well, not... Well, I guess calling it a ripoff is like a... parody-ish, maybe? I don't know. Like, a lot of the parts just, you know, look kind of similar to the originals. But, like... It also does some cool stuff. Oh. Chat, what do you think about this? Oh, spin-off. So, yeah. Not rip-off, but spin-off. That was... Yeah. Walmart thema? That's crazy. And chat, what do we think about this? Sorry, I'm a Geometry Dash player. I can't think. Okay, you know what? You're not fair. Sorry for tasking your brain to do something way too intense. That's my fault. I'm currently thinking like star rate maybe. Because a lot of the ideas are just very simple. Dude, what is that last gap? That's a messed up wave gap right there. Oh my lord. This is diabolical. Oh, what is that? Damn. Yeah, I kind of agree with what Gecko said. Some parts feel just a little too similar to the original. Like there's the wave and the pre-drop. It's just revenant, sorry, right? And it feels a little bit, I don't know. It feels a little bit too similar, but it also has some neat ideas on its own as well. It's either a star rate or no sense. Like I'm just feeling like a star rate on this one at most. So right. No IDs in chat. Okay. You're timed out. Alright, let's see some other cool answers, like the Pokemon answers. Wooper, because it's a silly little goober with 2 brain cells at best, and I love him for that. You know what? I also love Wooper for that exact same reason. So you know what? No way! I've seen this level. Dude, I've seen this level be built on TikTok, dude. That's crazy. I followed this level's creation from TikTok. That's awesome. What? Bruh. Alright. I'm kind of extreme demoned out, so let's just watch the showcase. Oh my lord, that's like 144p. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Alright, let's see this. I've already seen this full level. And I already know that I'm going to send this. I didn't know this level came out, but I have seen the full level showcase. It's so cool how it's kind of like a fusion between like Shock City and like some parts remind me of a little bit of like Rider. And it's just, I don't know, it's such a cool vibe. Structuring reminds me of like Carmyle. Yeah, Dreamtide. Yeah, Dreamtide as well. Yeah, I definitely see Dreamtide as well. Okay, someone said the reaction was loud, so. Honestly, I'm feeling like mid to high end feature on this. Really, really nice stuff all around. The last parts were a little bit simplistic. Didn't have, like, they didn't hit as hard. If the last parts like kept up the same type of like energy, I would have maybe even sent for epic, but still a good level. Nice job on building this. Okay, where's the... Okay, I am technically going in order because, like, there's very few people who have answered, like, well to the question, and I just skip, like, troll answers and stuff. So, I might just do another... how long have I been live for? 1.5 hours. You know what? How are we feeling about one more level and then another reset? Because I have been doing them kind of in order. So how are you feeling? One more level and then reset? How many are the legit forums? I'd say it's honestly like around like a 50-50. Start the count? The start the count is crazy work. Alright. Let's find the... Yeah, take a constructive one. You know, yeah, let's find like a really good one. Like a really good answer for the last one here. You know what, chat? While I'm searching for the next good one, like the next good like answer, I want you guys to guess who my favorite Pokemon is. What gen is it? I'm not gonna reveal the gen until like unless no one's like gotten it after a while. Someone said Mordecai. That's crazy, bro. That's just regular show. What do you mean Mordecai? You sound like a Vaporeon guy. That's messed up. Who said low punny? Yeah, who did say low punny? No. None of this troll stuff. Is it Phineas? That's insane. Someone mentioned Charjabug. I do like Vikavolt, to be fair, but it's not my favorite. Is missing now a valid answer? In the forum, sure, but you sound like the type of guy to think William Afton is the best Pokemon. Okay, bro. Dolphin smears? Oh, God. No. Okay, no one's coming even close. It is from Generation 5. Specifically Generation 5. Mario? Okay. Zekrom is cool, but not my favorite. Reuniclus is awesome, but not my favorite. Same for Hydreigon and Reshiram and Kyurem. I do like all those Pokemon, but none of those are my favorite. Dude, Volcarona is also very nice, but not the right answer. You feel like a Zoink guy? What does that even mean? What's your hardest? Bausha Vortex. Okay. I'm gonna make this really easy. It is Generation 5, and it is a legendary or mythical Pokemon. Oh, I saw someone say Meloetta. Yep. You got it right. Meloetta is my favorite Pokemon, and it has been my favorite Pokemon for like almost 10 years now. Ooh, okay. I've also found something like an answer that could be good. All right, chat. What do we think of this answer? Right. I literally cannot choose between like 6 different ones, but to keep the answer short, I will name Altaria because it is an adorable cloud dragon bird, which I love concept-wise. Also, I found a shiny one randomly like 11 years ago, which later led me down the massive rabbit hole that is shiny hunting. I think that's a good answer. I honestly think that's a good answer in the form. All right. Wait, is everyone stuck on 150 XP now? Dude, what is YouTube? What are you doing? Bro, YouTube's hard throwing, bro. They added like this cool... They added in this cool new like chat mechanic, and then it just doesn't work. That's crazy. Wait, I love the aesthetic in this level. Hold up. Wait, this is kind of fire. It's a very like rough oil painting style, like art style, but I like what this level is doing, honestly. Spark did the form reset? No, I'm playing my last level until I reset the form. Dude, random guy. I've said multiple times, do not send IDs in the chat. Wait, is XP working? No, it's not. It's just not. That's crazy. Alright. Main character? That's... Yeah. Yeah, this is, the art style in this level is very interesting. I kind of like it. And also the effect where everything gets dragged into the black hole is very well made, honestly. I respect it. The level can be a bit empty, especially in this part. Like, aside these, like, meteors, it's a little bit empty. But gonna get going now. Have a good stream. Thank you. Goodbye, VPJ. Also, in this dash orb, it kind of looks like you can let go at the cube portal, which, you know, kills you. So, good to telegraph the fact that you need to hold, like, a longer. It'll be good to telegraph. Level's gotten a bit emptier. I definitely like the first half, like, way more. Oh! Speaking of... Yeah, there's some parts that are a little bit too empty. But there's also parts that look pretty nice. Yeah, Leah is also right. The drop was a bit underwhelming compared to, like, everything else. But I'll send it for a star, right? I think. The first half is really nice. And with some improvements, I think the drop could also definitely be improved. Alright. Time for another form reset. I'm gonna close the form. Delete all responses. Now I need to come up with a different question. There we go. I came up with that question way too fast. Okay, let's see if it's saved on the form. Yes, it did. Okay, cool. Alright. I'm going to open up the form. In 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, the new question is just, what's your favorite video game and why? Like, I feel like favorite video game is, like, good, like, very broad, right? Like, I feel like that should be good enough for people to answer, right? Okay, someone answered pizza crust. Well, I'm just not gonna play your level. Like, come on, that's a troll answer. You can't just... Like, well, obviously Geometry Dash, but why do you think that, right? Like, if you're gonna say Geometry Dash, you still need to say why. Like, you can't just say Geometry Dash for obvious reasons, right? Because what are those obvious reasons? Like, what do you like about Geometry Dash? You know, that's... Can you resend? You literally... I can't make that happen. Alright. I'll play the first legitimate answer, and then let's do some random numbers, right? Let's just do random numbers. I'll just do the first legitimate answer and then random. How does that sound? Play first 5? Yeah, but first 5 is going to take up so much time. Without Geometry Dash, but for obvious reasons was yours, but I did ask why. You didn't tell me why. Saying for obvious reasons doesn't tell me anything. Okay, you know what? Chat, let's just go completely random off the bat. You know what? Who cares? Because I saw like 20 requests appear all at the same time, so like it doesn't matter. It's like it could be anyone who gets first. Like it's as random. I like GD because of the nice community and cool game mode. Creating levels is very fun. Chat, do we accept that answer from FGGMD? Their original answer was Geometry Dash for obvious reasons, which I didn't allow. But they're now saying that they like GD because of the nice community, cool game modes, and creating levels is very fun. Chat, do we allow that? Do we accept that as an answer? I didn't see the why question. It was right there. Like, it's one single question. You know what? I'll leave it up to my wonderful chat moderator, Ollie. Ollie. Is that answer fair? Sorry, Ollie, I gotta hydrate. Like, I can't answer a question when I'm drinking water, right? Like, I need your help here. Ollie said yes. Ollie literally said his messages aren't sending. Do a non-GD answer at Shark? At Shark is crazy. You said yes? Alright. Because Ollie said yes, I'll make an exception this one time, and we'll play this level. All these messages just were not sending. That's awesome. All right. Interesting. It's a little bit okay. These parts, right? Definitely need something up top and at the bottom. Kind of just looks like some random structures floating. There's not a lot of structure going on in the level itself, right? It's a little bit too open. And seemingly copy paste it like this wave. It's just the same structures. Ooh, this part is good. I like this part. The 3D is like, I like the long 3D in this part. Okay. This level is definitely getting better by the part. I skipped that big portal very easily. Not really a fan of the camera controls, but wait, is that the Unzor moon in the background? I swear this just looks like that moon from that one Unzor level. That moon is a little bit odd, but this level suffers a lot from being too empty with its structuring in many parts. Like there's just like here there's just nothing really going on, right? Like, yo, background, few clouds here and there, but there's so much empty space everywhere. I feel like it's an audio sampling contest entry. No, I don't think it is, because I think this is just a mega collab. Click the orb? No. Okay. Yeah, this is a collab. Ow. It's a little bit too empty in some parts, which is making me not want to send this for a feature. So I'm kind of bordering on like low star, right? Because it is genuinely just really empty in a lot of places, and it brings it down a lot. But some of the parts are pretty good, as per usual mega collabs. So I'll send it for a star 8. Okay, now time to finally do some random levels. Can you comment? Well, no, I don't comment unless I have something to say about the level, and I already said what I had to say about the level in the stream, so. Alright. How many levels are in the forum? 131. Whew. Alright. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 133. $132? That's crazy. My favorite game is Dragon City because I like competitive games and collectibles in games. I don't think that's a valid answer. Please don't spam numbers in chat. I'm using a random number generator. Please don't spam numbers. I'm not counting that. Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't really want to count that either, honestly. I don't have forum editing enabled right now. I'll do it like next stream probably, but for today, we just move on. I can't let you edit the forum today. Will you do videos or only live streams? I'll try the mix of both. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 136. 120. Chat. Ooh. Chat? This is gonna be a good one. All right. So, hold on. Let me. There's a lot of text in this one. All right, I'm gonna read this out. A random got 200. Where did you get 200 XP from? That's crazy. You know, I might not do the XP reward thing at the end because it seems to be very broken and it seems a bit unfair. So maybe not today. If I can customize the XP system, then you know, definitely. Yeah, the YouTube XP system is just nonsensical. Anyways, so this person has said Terraria. Not only did I enjoy the progression so much, the boss-centric nature is awesome as well, but the mods this game has are insane. I once did 3 playthroughs of the Calamity mod and 5 playthroughs of Fargo Souls, which basically earned me to 2,000 hours on this. LMAO, easily the greatest of all time game. You know what? That's a good answer. I respect that. Let's play your level. Why are you spamming an empty message? What? All right. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I'm putting this guy on a 24-hour timeout. Right. Ooh. Cute aesthetic going on. I like this so far. Maybe lacking a little bit in the bigger structures, like moving, or like maybe a more interesting. What's that one? Ascension to Heaven? It reminded me of that level a little bit. Oh, Eden's Blessing? Oh, yeah. Interesting. This is Ascension to Upstairs, bro. That is foul. What do you mean Ascension to Upstairs, bro? That's insane. Okay, the level kind of ends just too suddenly. It feels like this level was just barely made to the 1 minute mark. Alright, goodbye quick simple chemistry. Ascension of Taxes? Detention to Heaven? Nah, bro. Ascension out of bed? Can you see if people request the ID many times? Yeah, if there's an ID that's spammed everywhere, I'm immediately skipping it. Don't worry. Upstairs neighbor? Yeah, I don't think I'll send this. There's not a lot of variety going on at the second half of the level, and it just ends way too suddenly. Definitely could use some cleaning up and variety in the second half. This is made for a GDPS, so I just did that. I wanted to try it here. Oh, that's fair. I feel like if you improve the second half a little bit, then you could definitely get this rated, even though it's a GDPS level. Like if you work on the like cleaning up the second half and stuff. Like I could see this get rated if you make some improvements. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 148. 101. Dude, Google just loves these high numbers. Alright, the answer that this person has left is Geometry Dash, obviously. I've been playing for 3 years, and you can make anything you want whenever you want to make art. Or have a cool idea, you make it in GD. And I love the community. That's kind of fair. Dude, Sammy, that's a bit inappropriate, bro. You can't skip all GD answers. Well, the question didn't say that GD doesn't count, so I can't rule out GD because I think that's a bit unfair. Like, I would have to say it beforehand that Geometry Dash doesn't count. So for now, I'll allow GD answers if they're explained well. Interesting. This is gonna... Wait. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a 9 circles level. Brace yourselves, chat. What? That's a foul timing. There we go. This deco feels very similar to another 9 circles level, but I cannot put my finger on it. And also the fact that I just realized it isn't even the drop of the song, but we're already in the 9 circles part. Sonic Wave Infinity Nerf. Aw, that's crazy. Sonic Ice Cream, bro. That's foul, dude. Yeah, I feel like as a 9 circles level, this level is quite repetitive, and I feel like I've seen similar designs already, so it's not very original in what it does. And definitely try to represent the song a little bit better. Like, it's kind of, if it doesn't feel like it represents the song that well, considering the first wave was during the pre-drop. Wait, number 1 is 300 XP, bro. What is happening? Interesting. I'm personally not gonna send this, I don't think. I appreciate the effort, but there's definitely some work that needs to be done on like the variety and like the copy-pasted design, like the unoriginal-ish designs. Welcome back, Go Nixel. Okay, chat. Let's not make fun of every level now. Okay, like some of the comments were a bit funny, but if the creator is here, then you know it's not very nice towards them. So let's chill on the jokes. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 155. 59. Finally a lower number. Let's go. Okay, so the answer in this one is GD, obviously, and then it's the money dollar sign emoji, but also Terraria. I love the progression sandbox with a lot of things to do. Do we accept that? Hey Spark, are you playing levels after your stream or you delete the forms? I reset the form after every stream. Spark, please tell me why do we have a gambling button? No, this is the level roulette. You can just generate a random roulette. I just love Terraria potato. Only one game, double answers. I guess that's a valid point. You know what? Since I agree that the Terraria sandbox element is really good, I'll let you slide this one time. Okay. I'll let it slide this one time, but the next person will not be this lucky. How do you get XP? Just talk and chat. Well, that's what we assume it is, but then some random people be popping up with like 17,000 XP all of a sudden. Also, this isn't even, bro. This is just ball, but more complicated. Ooh. Okay, I understand the gimmick now. Yo, chat, I'm straight flying. Ship wave is crazy. Yeah. Now hold on. I'm not an expert, but this does not look like the ball game mode. No, but on a real note, I'm not a fan of how these like pulses make it impossible to like. You're supposed to click here. It's a little bit unfair towards the player to have like these sorts of effects here, right? Especially if you're supposed to click. Uh-oh. That's ship. That controls. Oh my lord, these controls. It feels like I'm playing GD with like. Excuse me? Dude, this is like... This wave ship does not control very well. This is how CPFUs describe vanilla physics. True. Yo, it's the Shwave game mode? Dude, that's peak. Hey, this has some cool ideas. For sure. For sure. I might send it for star rate because there are some effects that are a little bit intrusive and make the gameplay a bit harder to like understand. But the concepts are funny. The whip game. Never playing GD from Temu again. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll send the first star rate. Overall, the visuals are okay. Bit simple, but they do the job. But yeah, some of the effects need to be toned down. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 163. 106. Alright. Okay. So, this person has said Undertale. It is a really fun game since there's a lot of story and different options you can do for challenging fights. Still holds up really well now. I agree with those points. Undertale is pretty good. Still holds up well. Very goated game. Let's play this. Club slide. Oh, I'm gonna get so copyrighted. Hold on. My life just flashed before my eyes when I heard the Skrillex mashup. This is very chaotic. But it kind of reminds me of, like, the charm that older levels had that were just this, like, were just kind of messy on purpose. I feel like I've just skipped a lot of the level. Can I not just... Yeah, I can just skip a lot. It's very very unpolished and quite messy in places. But the gameplay seems to be quite fun, aside like the few skips. I did not play Thing with Sand. This looks pretty fun. Oh, well, not looks. This is pretty fun. I'll play it for a little bit from 0. Like, aside the few skips, I enjoyed playing this. It's a little bit messy, but like, I kind of like it. It has like a weird charm. Maybe in those Sably parts, some of the Sablys could be more visible because it was kind of hard to see where to go. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Maybe some of the shaders could be toned down a little bit as well. Can you make a better XP system, please? I literally don't know how, but I'll try maybe to figure it out for next time. Can you go in order for a while so lower numbers get a chance? Dude, I first of all, I did lower numbers like for the entire stream. Plus, Google ain't doing low numbers. That's just RNG. Google, a few streams, Google's just done like the first half. Now it's just doing the lower ones. I mean, please, when does the form reset? The form has reset like 4 times now. I'll send this. It's pretty fun. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 172. $20. Interesting. Okay. I just couldn't find it. What's your favorite GD level? Misty Mountains. Misty Mountains is my all-time favorite level. Ooh, this guy has said just Geometry Dash all caps. That's they didn't explain why they like Geometry Dash. I'm afraid that's gonna have to be a skip. Okay, Google. Give me a number between 5 and 176. 38. Wait. Favorite plat level? Ooh, for platformers? I'm gonna have to go with like Decay by Vectam. I think Decay is really good. This one literally just says Terraria. Dude, come on. You guys gotta start explaining your answers. Okay, Google. Give me another number, please. No shot! It rolled 69. That's crazy. Alright, this better be goated. Alright? Request number 69. Like, this better be peak. Alright? Alright. What does this person said? Oh, wait. Okay. Ooh, this person has suggested 3 different games, but they have explained why. So I'll read it out. I think this one's fair. Undertale, the music is just so nice and it's fun, especially with all the fan games that I have played and watched. Geometry Dash is also just fun to mess around in. I love to create and play on Globed with friends. And A Hat in Time is a super fun game and has a great story as well. I think that's fair. For 3 games, they've given a valid argument for, all 3 games. I think that's effort right there. Will you stream tomorrow? I don't know. Because I'm going away for a little bit soon, for like a couple days. So I don't know. I might instead try to record a few videos for when I go. Can you eat slime on stream? Please no. Watch out for the wizard's magic. Touching the... Interesting. Ow. This wizard actually just hates me. What's your hardest? Bausha Vortex. No IDs in chat. Bro, this wizard hates me. No! Why should we have to explain why our favorite game is good? Because it's just unfair that you had to skip a few levels just because they didn't explain what their favorite game was good. That's because people like to flood my forum with their level, and usually if they flood their level, they ignore the question, which means I can more easily just skip those ones. And it also filters out bots. This level looks decent. The pixel object use is actually quite cool for what it is. Not sure how much I like the not sure how much I like the wizard gimmick because it seems a little bit tedious. But it also makes the level a bit unique. In what it's trying to do, because I haven't seen a gimmick like that much before. Why is Eric Van Wilderman? What is bro doing there? Dude, this wizard is an op. Like, this wizard, low-key, just an actual op. Yo, what up, Eric? How you doing? Uh-oh. Dude, this wizard actually just hates me. Like, that's messed up. Some like D1 hater type beat going on with this with this damn wizard. Ha, you missed. Okay, what's far off? Or all 4 gems? Okay. Also, some of these clicks are really hard. That. Oh lord, that it's him. What? Okay. Collect my gems. Okay, I've done 5 minutes. I'll just quickly skim through the video and see if there's like anything interesting like afterwards.
That's time.
Okay. I've gotten. I have an idea of this level. It's cool. Maybe the wizard gimmick seems like it can get a bit annoying, but I'll send it for a feature. I think that is cool. You sound like Sync if he wasn't a okay. Alright, bro. Wait. Alright. How long have I been live for? 2.5 hours. Ooh. I see. Okay. It's 4:42 p.m. I need to pick up some medicine at 5, which means I need to leave my apartment in 7 minutes. Chat, we're gonna do one more request, right? We're gonna do one last request, and then I gotta run. Okay. So, no, leave the stream on. I can't stream later today. So let's do one last level. Alright, chat. As for the last level, you guys are gonna give a random number just between 5 and 199, and I'm just gonna pick randomly. The pharmacy's like close by, but after that, I also need to meet up with some people. I can't be streaming. Alright, I'm gonna turn around, and then I'm gonna count to like 5 or something, and then we'll see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see the first number. I saw 155 from Skyward. So let's see what 155 is. Oh wait, yeah. Is it? We gotta check if the answer is valid for the question as well. So they're saying, if I had to choose, I would probably say Celeste. That the story in that game is really beautiful, and the gameplay itself is so unbelievably fun. It's a game that I often find myself returning to a lot. Fair, completely fair answer. Let's play this. Ooh, Monolith. Okay. Oh yeah, you did guess your own number. Interesting. It's happened before, and I've heard people can cheese it, but if that was just a genuine guess, then fair enough. This is simple but pretty cool. I quite like it so far. I'm liking this so far. The colors are really good. Super clean as well. You can see your placement in the form. How can you see that? The level works with the music pretty well, I gotta say. Kind of chaotic, but like... it works. Yeah, this is very solid. Very fun as well. Fun to play. Especially like this wave and then like the beginning cube and robot parts. Very cool. I think the first parts are definitely the strongest ones. Because I think the level kind of loses a bit of its structure in this part. But I still think this is a pretty good level. Like, It is well executed overall. But if it carried on some of that cleanliness into the drop parts, I could have maybe seen myself sent for epic. But solid feature for sure. So for those who didn't get their level played, join my Discord server. The link is somewhere like in my channel info, and I think it should also be in the description of the stream. And I sometimes open level requests in that Discord server as well. So if I don't stream, that's like your only other that's your best way to get me to play a level of yours, perhaps. So, you know, feel free to join. And thank you for sticking around, even if you didn't get your level played. And you know what? I'm just gonna leave the ID. I'm gonna leave the ID of my not ID. What ID? I'm gonna leave the link to my Discord here. I'm gonna pin it, and you guys can join. And hopefully, I'll catch you guys on the next stream. So thank you for joining. Sorry if you didn't get your level played. I really wish I could play every single level that I get sent, but there's just simply too many. So have a good one, and